Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we are seeking freedom, we should be clear about freedom. Is it an object? Like we are seeking good food. So, good food is an object. So, when we are seeking freedom, what exactly we are seeking? And then living in freedom, another problem. Therefore, yesterday we have come to a point in our discussion that the real freedom is freedom from the mind. Initially, when we learn driving a car or a motorcycle or a bicycle, initially the vehicles drive us. We are unable to control them. They drive us. We want to go to a particular place, but the vehicle pulls us in a different direction. And after we become expert, then we can drive the vehicle wherever we want. So we have freedom in using that vehicle. Like, once one lady in Mumbai, she learned driving car and told me, Swamiji, now I know driving car, tell me where you have to go. So I had to go to Crawford Market from Andheri. I said, come, we'll go. So when we came halfway near Dadar, she parked the car. I said, we don't have to go here, we have to go too far away. He said, no, I'll park the car here because parking is good here. I said, but we have to go somewhere. No, we'll take a cab and go. We'll take a taxi and go. Why this funny thing? He said, Swamiji, I tell you very frankly, I cannot reverse the car. See. So, in her case, the car was driving her. She was not driving the car. Exactly is our condition. Whether we are guided by the mind and its likes and dislikes, or we are guided by the wisdom. Who is our guide? If we are guided by wisdom, we are free. The signs of wisdom are you are happy. Wise people are never miserable, otherwise people are never happy. Wise people never complain, otherwise people only complain. Therefore, who is guiding our life? We have to keep our attention to this. And then we will come to know that essentially we are guided by a height of foolishness, not by wisdom. One or two examples I'll give you. Once I went to somebody's house, a recently married couple, and they had their house. So when I went there, having a cup of tea, and looked around, like here, their basement is properly painted, so it looks good. But their house was not properly painted, it was looking dilapidated. So I saw that and I said, maybe I had to take a cup of tea and go. So that girl told me, Swamiji, I have seen what you have seen. I said, okay, never mind, give me a cup of tea. Then she said, do you know why we have not painted the house? I said, I do not want to know. Why should we know about anything or anybody? Is it necessary? But being Indian, we have to know everything about everybody. So she said, no, the reason is when we got married, we have decided this. we will not do anything unless both of us agree. That was our, wow. So then, see, he likes light cream color, and I like light pink color. And therefore, we could not agree which color to be given. So, what can we do? I said, see, I am here only to solve your problems. So, simply answer my question, don't argue. Then I said to them, why not we paint it dark black like a coal tar? And before they could react, I said, stop, don't react. Now, the husband, you tell. Do you like? No way. I said, very good. Wife, you like? No way. I said, see, you agree? Now paint the color. Now tell me, what is the logic behind the likes and dislikes? And who is guiding our whole life? Is only the likes and dislikes. See, friends. See? Somebody likes red color, somebody likes green color, somebody likes yellow, somebody likes potato, somebody likes the eggplant, somebody likes fish. What logic? No logic. And who is guiding our life? This. And we consider ourselves to be wise and intelligent. Okay. When we do not get whatever we like, and when we get whatever we don't like, what is the net result? We are miserable. So if we look within our life, within ourselves, we come to know that what we have been doing till date, only one thing: run or run. All that what we like, we run after that. And all that we do not like, we run away from that. So what is our life? Run. Constantly. And then we get tired and exhausted. See, this is the reason why we keep getting frustrated, depressed, dejected in life. Contrary to that, if we choose something higher as the goal of our life, see, higher the goal of life, lower things automatically drop. But for us, what is the goal of life? I should get a nice degree, I should get a good job, I should get a good wife, and I should eat and sleep, and that's it. That is not the one. Something higher. See? I tell you what exactly it means when we talk about some higher goal. Higher goal doesn't mean you have to go to the moon or sun. No. We have to have some passion to work for, to live for. Performance in the outer world depends on how passionate we are for anything that we have chosen. Like, if we have a passion, like one of my friend, Mr. Agrawal, I remember him still. I don't know where is he now. When he was driving me, I asked him. I said, "Hey, I never known him. Who is he? Where from he is?" He was driving me. I said, "Hey, what is your hobby?" Normally, people ask this question: "What is your name? Whether you are married? How many times?" All this, normal questions. So I asked him, "What is your hobby?" He said, "This is the first time in my life somebody has asked me this question. Nobody asked this." I said, "Anyway, if you have, tell me something." He said, "Yes, I have." He said, "I have a hobby of cleanliness. I cannot tolerate filth and dirty things around." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes." Then I asked him, "What is your profession? What do you do?" He said, "I got a factory. Corrugated boards which are used for making the cartons." I said, let's go directly to your factory. Don't ask anybody that you are coming. Don't inform. We went there. And after we reached that factory, I found it was so clean and neat. A paper factory, but not a piece of paper anywhere. Absolutely. As if you are in a sophisticated five-star hotel. All machines, all workers, but not even this much of dust or paper lying here and there. Then, when we are going home, around his house, almost maybe about half a kilometer, not a piece of plastic bags or dirt. Then he started telling. He said, when I came to stay in this place, it was all full of this plastic garbage all around. And I couldn't take it. And government does nothing. So I have decided. I employed one boy in my factory and told him this job. This is your job. And he used to come every day for 7-8 hours, collect all these plastic things and dump them in the municipal dump yard. Within a period of 15 days, everything became clean. And then some morning walkers asked him, hey, who are you? Are you a servant from the municipal corporation? He said, no, Babuji has asked me to. Who is your Babuji? Then they came to Mr. Agrawal. And slowly, it became a movement. See? One has to have some passion to live for. And when we live with that, then our personal likes and dislikes do not come in our way. Therefore, we have to be aware as to who is guiding our life. Give this pillar to her. Leave it there. She'll take after 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Not even 1 minute.
Thank you.
I can smell the people from a distance. So, one has to be aware who is guiding my life. So, the first principle is what we suffer in our life is only because we are under the influence of the likes and dislikes. These likes and dislikes together are called as desire. I want it, I don't want it. I like it, I don't like it. Desire is nothing but these two factors. And once we are under the influence of this desire, then our whole life is guided by them. Therefore, the real freedom is freedom from the impact of these desires. This was a question asked by Arjuna. Arjuna asked Bhagavan Krishna, Atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. O Lord, tell me, why a person, although not desiring, yet as if compelled by somebody, gets into the wrong lifestyle? Why this happens? Who is doing this thing to him? Like Duryodhana was very sincere. He told clearly, Janami dharmam nacha me pravritti. I know what is right, but I won't do that. Janami adharmam nacha me nivritti. I know this is wrong, but I do that. See? Are we not in the same category? Waking up late in the morning is bad. Janami adharmam nacha me nivritti, but we keep on sleeping. So, who is that? Who is compelling us to go the wrong way? There, Bhagavan Krishna says, Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavaha maha ashanaha maha papma viddhena miha vairinam. It is desire alias anger. Now, how this mind functions, be attentive. How the desires are born. Our mind has two aspects. Like if you take the moon, today is Buddha Purnima. So, how many kalas are there for the moon? Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashmi, Ekadashi, Dvadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, Purnima, and Amavasya. How many? 16. What is the moon? 17th. See, on one moon, these kalas are superimposed. Moons are not 17. See how simple it is. Exactly the same way. When we see the mind, now what is the mind? There is one mind for all of us. Like there is one mind, one moon. That is why today there will be great celebration in all the mental hospitals of the world. Because Buddha Purnima. So there is only one mind. And that one mind is responsible for conducting the business of life. Our digestion continues, our blood circulation continues, metabolism goes on, everything is going on. Who is doing that? There is no I involved in doing that job. Do we have that notion, don't disturb, I am digesting? No. Because this function is happening in the common mind and it is one. Then the second aspect of the mind is the mind takes or includes a particular body in its womb. So, mind has become now two facets of the mind. Like gold is common for all the ornaments. An ornament has gold plus name, form, and utility. It is the name, form, and utility which separates the ornament from the total gold. Exactly the same way. Mind is common for all of us. See? But that aspect of the mind, which has taken the shape and the form of the body, that separates us from the total mind. Now be attentive. If I hold something like you all have done it, when you have, let us say, mobile phone in your hand. These days, mobile phones are essential in the hand. Initially, when mobile phone came, that time there used to be a sign board in the temple. Switch off your mobile phones when you come. Then a few years pass. Then keep your mobile phone on silent mode. Then more years pass. Then no photography in the temple with your mobile phone. Again few years pass. Then selfie with the Lord, 500 rupees. It happens. You want to take selfie with the Lord, Bhagwan is behind. Crazy people. So, this phone is in our hand and we have to write something. So, our original handwriting will never come out because the hold on the phone will influence the performance of our hand, is it not? Be attentive. Our mind is holding our relations. For example, mothers hold the child. All the time, they are thinking about that dumb creature called as a child. All the time. There is no other theme in life. There is one girl, I knew her from very childhood. Now she is mother of two daughters and all that. One day she told me, Swamiji, you don't play with my children these days. Earlier I said, look here, I am fed up of your children. 24 hours, that is the only theme. There is nothing more in this world or what? All the time. He dances, she dances. Arey Ram Ram, enough is enough. But the mothers don't get bored. See, constantly the same thing they repeat to 200 people 200 times. Every time, Entu is the same. See, they have no other theme in life because they have caught the child in their mind. So all the thoughts will be in relation to that mind, to that child. Now apply this principle. See? This is how I learn. I have learned from all of you. You are all my gurus. Once in Australia, I was with some of my friend, and I had to drive at least 4 or 5 hours and reach there by lunchtime. I took my lunch and then I sleep. And evening there was a lecture. So the son of my friend came from the school at about 3 o'clock or so, and he was very excited about Swamiji coming to our house. And I was nicely sleeping, very tired. He came and woke me. Swamiji, get up. This is not the time to sleep. You have to play with me. I said, yeah, I am feeling tired. No, no question. He pulled me out. Maybe the child of about 10 years, 12 years. So I had no choice. And we waited. He said, let's play football. I said, yeah. Dimag ka game khelo na, football. He took me out. And I had to play with him for a few minutes. Then I said, now you answer my question. I asked him, do you go to India? Every year we go. Tell me something. What happens when you go to India? Something special you tell me. Oh, very simple, Swamiji. What is that? When we go to India, we talk about Australia. When we are in Australia, we talk about India. In short, where we are, there we are not. Why can't we learn? Be wherever you are. So, our mind is making us dance. If you are here, be fully here. If you are now, be fully now. Oldies like me, they never live in the present. When we were children, the oldies never understand that nobody is interested in our past. They are concerned about their future. The old person like me, what future I have got? Zero. This is how the mind is playing tricks with us. Mind dissolves if it is in utter present. Like we require food for sustenance of life, mind also requires food for sustenance. And the food of the mind is like our food, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Past memories, future worries, present comparisons. Try this. Do not go in your past. Don't worry what is going to happen afterwards. And stop the habit of comparison. Freedom is attained. See. But all the time, the same thing. It is not difficult. But this practice has to be not for a few seconds as we did now. It has to be 24/7. How it is possible? By following certain strict rules. We have to be very strict with ourselves. First rule, whenever we talk to others, observe. What do we talk? We talk only our past. I was there, I was here, I have done this thing, I have done that thing. I went here, I went there. And we are unable to understand by this what is happening. So when I talk about my past, in my childhood it was like that, in my teenage it was like that, in my middle age it was like that. Be very attentive. To whom was the childhood? Who was the teenager? Who was the middle age? And who is the old age? It is the body. See? But we keep on talking. When I was a child, my dear, you were never a child. Now see what happens as a consequence. Our body identification is maintained. So when I talk about my childhood, so with that childhood body I was identified, then with teenage body I was identified, and this process of identification is continuing. Now today also I am identified with the body and I am living as the body, for the body, on everybody. And who is the culprit? Not the body, it is the mind. Yesterday I told you, body never suffers. It is the mind that suffers. When there is a pain somewhere, we don't do anything to the body. We do everything to the mind. So we give the painkiller. The painkiller starts attacking the mind, not the body. See, friends, therefore, to get freedom in our life, in its real sense, what should be done? First, spiritual practice. I am not giving a mala in your hand. Simple things. First, spiritual practice. Do not talk about your past to anybody. See? And when you are not interested to talk about your past to anybody, you will not be asking anybody about their past. Because we look at the world what we have looked at ourselves. When I take myself to be sannyasi, for me what is the world? There are two types of people, sannyasi, non-sannyasi. When I take myself to be married person, then what is the world? There are two types of people, married and happy. This I learned in UK in one of my retreats. This one gentleman, Britisher, he asked me, Mr. Swami, you are not married. So I kept quiet. He said, after all, happiness is not everything in life. That day I discussed. Swamiji, you say don't talk about your past, but you give so many examples. Are they not about past? Yes, they are about past. Then be attentive. Whenever we learn from our experiences, we do not form impressions on the mind. See? Take any example. Like in childhood, sometime or the other, we have touched the fire, candle or something hot and we got burnt. So we have learned that the fire burns. And therefore today, do we have hatred for the fire? Do we have liking for the fire? No, because we have learned. The day this process of learning is inaugurated in our life, you will see slowly, the impact of likes and dislikes will start reducing. It is so important. It is so important. Therefore, to attain freedom is to attain freedom from the mind, and from the mind means from the likes and dislikes. So, the past has to be dissolved. Now, how it can be done? It's a very simple technique I am telling you. Before we talk to anybody on any topic, on any theme, we have to remember one important principle. And that principle is sit this side. So, the important principle is before we talk to anybody, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? How many things we keep on talking. And whenever we talk to others about our past, we get so much carried away. This I learned from old people in Shivaji Park, Mumbai. In the Shivaji Park, there is a parapet wall all around. And all the oldies, they come and sit there in the evening. Instead of spending time with the Lord, chanting the Lord's name and doing puja, they all come and sit there. And they have got their fixed places. And when they come, they start talking. One oldie tells about his past something. The other oldie cuts his tongue. Nothing. Listen to me. And there is a competition about what happened to you, what happened to me, and blah, 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 blah. And they get, let's go back. See? This is how we are unable to understand. By this constant talking about the past, our body identification is becoming stronger and stronger. And what is real freedom? Real freedom is the mind is used by us. The mind doesn't use us. See, like in your physical body level, we use the body, so that time we are working by the body. Now you all are working people. So you work by the body, you go to the office and do your work, come back, you get your salary, you sustain yourself, working by the body. Then second thing is working on the body. You go for running, you go for jogging, you go to the gym. What for? You are not getting anything out of it because you are working on the body to maintain the fitness of the body. Apply the same principle for the mind. We are only working by the mind. We are not working on the mind. See? Working by the mind means what? With default settings. Default settings are comment, evaluation, suggestion. Today only somebody sent me one WhatsApp. I was telling Vasant. That lady wrote me, Swamiji, I think, I should get my son married. Then everything will be all right. He is, like that. So I wrote, I said, you are asking me, don't play with the life of an unknown girl. Is he capable of sustaining himself? See? But in our country, all the problems are sorted out. Shadi kara do. See? So, it is like, changing the problem. Akash se tapke, khajur pe latke. This is how we unnecessarily get involved in this world. Default settings. See? When we thus control our mind, that unless it is necessary, we should not talk. That will be working on the mind. And working by the mind, whatever we are supposed to do it sincerely. two things. There is one of my friend in, I think New York only. I mean, where I am? New Jersey, New York. So, he has a motel. All the Patels have got motels in USA, you know that. So, he met me on Heathrow Airport. So, he asked, Swamiji, where are you going? I said, I'm going to US. Where? I said, Washington. Oh, I stay in New York. I said, very good. Will you like to have a cup of coffee? I said, free, I take even poison. No problem. So I went with him for a cup of tea. And then he started telling about himself. I didn't ask him. What is there to ask? He says, Swamiji, I am having my motel and we are doing very well. I am doing my job also. Motels are taken care of by my staff. So I had to speak something. I was taking his coffee. I can't say anything like that. So I asked him, you must have kept few Indians without any green card or without any work permit, and you must be squeezing them out and then earning money out of those poor people, is it not? He said, you are very updated. I said, yes. Then he said, what you say is perfectly right, but I am not like that. I said, what is your greatness? He said, in my motel, all workers are 100% local whites. I don't keep any Indian. I said, why, allergic or what? He said, no, not allergic. These people, they work according to rules and regulation. And you can trust them 100%. See? Indians, bedsheet theek hai to it's okay. So they are not sincere. They have no bad intentions. But sincerity is lacking. See, this is one of the most important things. We have to work on the mind, means whatever we have to do, we must be sincere to the last moment. Then see the joy of life. See, somehow chalta hai. No chalta hai. Therefore I told today when I went somewhere, I said, you know, when I came to New Jersey, I felt I had come to India. Potholes everywhere. There was one board in Africa. The board was, there are potholes next 4,000 kilometers. So our New Jersey is nothing less. Anywhere you go, potholes. Therefore I felt I had come to India. So, working first by the mind, to improve that, our performance must be perfect. Bhagavan says in 9th chapter, Yajñarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Samachara, perfect performance. The joy in doing a job perfectly is freedom from the job. When we drag through, we are suffering. See, this I learned from one carpenter. He came to Delhi where I was staying and he has to do some repairs. So I asked him, I said, hey, how many days? He said, it may take 3-4 days. I said, okay, finish it quickly. What 3-4 days? 1 week. I said, why are you dragging? He stopped. He said, unless I am satisfied with my work, how can you be satisfied with my work? See, what a great teaching. In this manner, when we engage our mind, so we have to work by the mind and we have to work on the mind. Both the things we should be clear. Working by the mind is that perfection must be our signature. Any small little thing. See? And if you are perfectionist, don't expect perfection from others. Accept the world as it is. It is our spiritual practice, not the others. See? Therefore, working on the mind and working by the mind. So working by the mind, this is one technique. Whatever we do must be perfectly done. This you can learn from the Britishers. Once I went to some house, in British house, it became late, so his mother told that if your Swami has no problem, he can come and stay tonight and tomorrow we can go further. I said, okay, no problem. We went. Their house so neat and clean, not even one nail extra on the wall. Everything is so perfectly kept, as if it is a five-star hotel. So clean and neat, perfectionist. So let us practice that and see the joy of it. Otherwise, things are lying here and there and all kinds of things, and everything is a messy thing. You are not working on the mind. Work by the mind. Then, second thing, working on the mind, I am talking about the outer world. Working on the mind, yes, we should be perfect, but don't expect perfection from others. Accept the world as it is. What happens, our is the other way around. Perfectionists expect perfection from others, and it can never happen. The net result is they are miserable. And because they are perfectionists, they are perfectly miserable. Because perfectionist is their insignia. See, friends. Therefore, it is extremely necessary that we are perfectionist and perfect, but we accept the world as it is. Then we are working on the mind. See? So, before we talk to anybody, ask a question. Is it necessary to talk to yourself, not to others? Ask yourself. Will immediately go, Swami told me, Jaro hai kya? Ask yourself. And I guarantee you, in 99% cases, you will get an answer, it's not necessary. Okay? But you know, like when the vomition comes, and exactly, I should not say, but our neighbor's daughter-in-law is better than our daughter-in-law. Arey Maharani, when you know, you should not say, why don't you keep your mouth shut? See, the wounds created by the tongue are very difficult to repair throughout life. But when the tongue gets wounded, it gets cured very quickly. Very peculiar. See, about this, I'll tell you an example. One lady, elderly lady, Punjabi lady, she asked me this question. Swamiji, I don't know what I should do. I said, don't do that if you don't know. No, what happened? You know I am beautiful. I said, yes, I know you are beautiful. My son is also very handsome, tall, fair, beautiful, very good. Now he was in love with a girl, very ordinary looking girl. No very comparison, forget about comparison. She can't even stand next to him. So ordinary. And he was in love with her. So I told him, I said, I have no objection to get married to anybody you like, but at least see some kind of, match to you, where you are, where she is. And he ultimately got married to that girl. Now, from the day of marriage till date, almost 30 years, 35 years, there is only one statement I have heard from my daughter-in-law. Why America attacked Afghanistan? I am not beautiful. Now what is the comparison? Why it is raining so heavily? Because I am not beautiful. That I am not beautiful became her Maha Mantra. And this old lady became so miserable throughout life. Because only once she said that she is not beautiful, why do you get married to her? See, friends, therefore, we have to have perfect control on the mind, then only be attentive. Mind alone is our speech. Loud mind is called as a speech. Silent speech is called as the mind. See? And for that, this is the only way. We have to be very clear about it. That we have to work on the mind. So this is while working with the world. Now, when we talk to others, there are only two themes. The third aspect, two themes. Our possessions and our relations. Many of us use the word ego, but exactly what is the meaning of ego? Ego is nothing but a mule carrying the burden of total past possessions and relations. See? Now to understand this, let's do a small experiment. Then it will become your personal understanding, not mine. It will become yours. And the experiment is very simple. Let us play husband, husband or wife, wife, and see what kind of thoughts come. Now, second experiment. Let us play parents or children. And see what kind of thoughts come. Now, the concluding experiment, remain as nobody. And see what thoughts come. Experiment over. So when we became husband wife, the thoughts were pertaining to wife and husband. And when we sit for meditation as a husband is doing meditation, what will be his altar? Belan Devi. With the Bella in the hand, she'll be standing. If the mother is doing meditation, she will be only thinking about a useless child. Once I went to somebody's place many years before, and I was in a hurry. And that mother told me, Swamiji, see how beautiful my child is. And you don't even appreciate. I said, look here, I'm in a hurry, I'll talk to you later, okay? No. But is he not very beautiful? I said, do you know? In childhood, even donkey's baby looks beautiful. I ran away. See, friends. Therefore, it is necessary that to know when we are somebody, you are in bondage. You'll be thinking in relation to that. And when you are playing nobody, there is no thought. So at the root of every thought, there is somebody sitting. Come to recognize this. See, somebody sitting there. Now be attentive. At night, when we are snoring away, that time, what is our position? As nobody. And because we are nobody, no thoughts, no desires, no world, no nothing. Therefore, all bliss. Be very attentive. Therefore, if you want to practice your prayers, your meditation or whatever, who should practice that? It should be practiced by nobody. So in the morning when you get up, that is why the early morning, before you become anybody, early morning is yours. See, When everybody, the whole world is sleeping, that time you are nobody. Because you have come out of the deep sleep as nobody, continue nobody. Finish your morning ABCD as early as possible and then sit for your prayer, chanting the Lord's name, japa, yoga, whatever. But remember that time, you are still nobody. But if you sit for meditation and you have to make breakfast for your children going to school, what will be your meditation? Cheese lagao ki butter lagao? These are very simple things. So we have to remind ourselves by wisdom. Look here, you are disturbed as so and so. Now find out, is this so and so the real one? See, we are at the same time so many. We are not one. We are a crowd inside. See, I am a son, I am a husband, I am a father, so many of them. And these son, husband and father, they are miserable. The man is happy. And those who are not there, how can you help him? The one man has not become three. Because of the three references, he is called as three ways. So during that period, do your duty and relax. Again and again, remind yourself, we have to come back to the neutral gear. See? There is a saying in Hindi where they say, तबला और दिमाग हमेशा चढ़ा के नहीं रखना चाहिए. Relax. If you go to Delhi, in Delhi, when the red light comes on traffic signals, it is written there, relax. Because Delhi people, whenever they see red color, they charge. Relax. See, friends, in this manner, while working in the world, we are not functioning under the influence of personal likes and dislikes, but we start working on the mind. And once you develop this technique, then you will see that will become your passion. And then we have to become greedy. How many times I spoke unwanted today? 389 times. Okay. Now let us try. Reduce it. Make it less. Slowly, slowly, you will learn the art of not mechanically leading life. It's so important. So this is while working outside. Now, we not only spoil our mind by interacting with the world by the default, but we also are the victims of our own mind when we are all by ourselves. Many old people have asked us this thing. Swamiji, we have no problem, children are well settled, and health-wise we are all right, but I don't know, the mind is very disturbed. I don't know what is happening. I don't understand anything. We suffer maximum in our life because of our own mind. So what is to be done? The first principle, do not retire in life. Keep yourself occupied with something or the other. Take care of health, go running, or go to some places where some voluntary work is being done. Go to the temples or do your upasana. Decide, now next 3 months or 4 months I have to complete Ramcharitmanas. You must have something to look forward to every day. Then the mind will not be a problem. See, I'll tell you about this one example. This happened in Chinchwad near Pune. There used to be one lady, she is no more now. That time she was 98 or so. I used to go to their house for satsang. And one day, like these steps, she came on the first floor where we are having satsang, big hall. And I was talking there on Kathopanishad. And she's very old, L shape. 98 means cannot be very strong. L shape. She came and sat there in one of the steps. And after I finished my talk, she said, I went to her room. She had her own altar and all that. So I did namaskar to the altar and then to her. And then she said, Swamiji, today you are chanting Vitthala, 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 so beautiful. I have never heard such lovely chanting. I was talking on Kathopanishad, where is Vitthala? But she is so charged. Her every breath is only chanting the Lord's name. And then she gave me some 1 drop of milk and 1 grain of sugar, prasad. And when her grandsons or great-grandson's marriage was to be done, so she said, look here, what will I do in the marriage? You get married and come, I will bless you here. Because today I have to tell the story of Sudama to Bhagwan Krishna. He is waiting for me. She has no time. And at that age, her son was telling me, Mama has read Bhagavad Mahapuran 40 times, not once or twice. And 98 means those days not much education. But she is so busy, she has no time for anything. If you want to really get freedom from your mind, don't keep one single moment free. Keep the mind engaged. Engaged mind is healthy mind. See, and therefore upasana comes to our help. In the old age, we cannot do too many things physically, then engage the mind in upasana. See? And when you do upasana, by God's grace, what happens? That our mind becomes purer and purer, and then inquiry kindles in our mind. See? Then your study of Vedanta becomes meaningful. Those who have not done upasana and simply studied Vedanta, they become only chatterboxes. See? And they become problem to themselves first. Upasana gives us a peace within. And Vedanta gives us the direction to walk in peace. There are 2 types of seekers. They are called as Krutopasti and Akrutopasti. Krutopasti means what? Those who have done upasana in their life. And Akrutopasti, those who have not done upasana in their life. So upasana disciplines our thinking. Upasana gives us a vision to see some purpose in whatever we are doing. See? And therefore, if we have a schedule, see, I tell you what I have been doing, what upasana. Every time I have taken a new text for studies. Otherwise, the same thing, Bhagavad Gita, you read 100 times, mechanically. It doesn't make any difference. See? But you take every time something new so that your body, your mind and your intellect and yourself fully involved in that. You have to study, you have to decipher, you have to understand. Then only the Vedantic study becomes an asset. Otherwise, we come across many students of Vedanta, they are a problem to themselves and to others. There was one man running in the marketplace. The other man was following him. So people asked, hey, what happened? Chor hai kya? No, first catch him. So he was caught. He was brought to him. What happened? What did he steal? No, he has not stolen. Then he used to come to my house and talk to me Vedanta. Now I wanted to talk to him the same Vedanta. He is running away. I want to take the revenge. Many Vedantic teachers and scholars, they become like the mosquito repellent, like they become human repellent. There is no softness, there is no love, there is only logic and argument. Friends, life is not a matter of logic. Life is not a matter of argument. Life is a matter of love. See, people do not come to us for knowledge. People come to us for love. And that love is kindled in our life when we associate upasana as inseparable part of our daily life. Upasanena dhruvasalavave, Ramdas Swami says. We have to have that. Now, what this upasana does to work on our mind? Many people have this problem. You say, Swamiji, don't talk to yourself. What exactly it means? Now be attentive. We only talk or think about, control the thoughts. Like Patanjali Maharaj says, Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. You ask all the students of yoga and also the teachers, tell sincerely, have you really attained perfect control over the thought formation? Nobody. And yet keep on doing the same thing. See, because the basics are not clear. Contrary to that, right now you do this, I guarantee you it will happen. What you have to do? Do not talk to yourself for next 30 seconds. Over. See, this is the basic. When we come out of our house to go somewhere, we put on clothes, is it not? We don't go without clothes outside. Exactly the same way. No thought comes out of the mind without putting the clothes of words. You cannot think without words. That is what I told you. Loud mind is speech, and silent speech is mind. Give it a try. Start with small dose. Don't sit for 1 hour. The mind will be helped. Rather, mind has helped these two giants in this world. You know that? One is Steve Jobs and second is Bill Gates. They are helped by the mind. They have taught them. Like you know how I have learned. When I used to do Gayatri Japa, we were told do 11 times. We thought, why 11 times? Can't we do 108 times? And we were told, do it loudly. Om Bhurvo Swaha Tasvidurvarenyam. We thought, why we do not do show to others? A real disciple is the one who doesn't listen to Guru. So, I was that way. So I said, no, I will not chant loudly. Why do you show to others? And why only 11 times? I will chant 108 times. Then, the mind is not capable, the mind is not trained, the mind is not under control. So what was happening? In one window, Om Bhurvo Swaha Tasviturvarenyam Margo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata. Second window. I have not washed my clothes for last 3 days. I had to wash the clothes. Third window. Why don't they provide the washing machine, instead of washing clothes? That is not Vedanta. Vedanta is study, study, study. See? So at a time, 5, 6, 7 windows will open. Normally the mind is okay. The moment you start, Om Bhurbu Swaha, window number 1, window, khad, khad, khad. See? Don't do that. Very little. Start with 10 seconds. Do it a dozen times in a day. Only this much. We should not talk to ourselves. Now at this moment, you are able to achieve it because of last 45 minutes of constant hammering. Your mind is slowly controlled. But when we are all by ourselves, then the mind is having such a momentum, and in that momentum we are carried away. We can't hold our mind. Now what is to be done that time? It is here chanting the Lord's name comes to our help. See, it is something like this. If you have got good road, straight road, no disturbance of any kind, miles together, and you are driving. After some time, what happens? The mind becomes drowsy. And there is every possibility of getting into some accident. So what they do, on that nice clear road, in between there are some speed breakers. Exactly. These lullaby effect of our chanting the law, the momentum of the mind, this momentum of the mind is arrested by suddenly the speed breaker. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. The momentum of the thought process will be arrested. And then again keep the mind cool. But because of the expertise of the mind will again take up some theme. And relatively, when our mind becomes cool, then you will be able to see where from the thoughts are coming. You will come to know thoughts are born from the seed. That seed is called as Mr. Somebody. Somebody will always have thoughts. Nobody will never have thoughts. And who is the somebody? The mule carrying the burden of the total past, possessions and relations. With this practice, when we thus start working on the mind, slowly, slowly, the mind will not be a burden for us. And one of the best things that the mind has, mind can form habits very quickly. See, like in the morning, I take a cup of tea. Now, when that particular time comes, the mind starts its alarm. Tea, 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 tea. And the moment I get a cup of tea, it is quiet. In the same manner, morning time, we are decided to get up such and such time, finish your morning things, do the japa. You just make a strict discipline for few days. After that, your discipline will be converted into your natural way of living. Like many people, those who are convent educated, They have this thing. When they sneeze, and they say, excuse me. And I am Chora Ganga Kinare Wala. I don't know anything your English things. So, in some school, we were having a talk and some children were sitting together. And one child next to me did some sneezing. Achoo, excuse me. I said, okay, excuse. He said, Swamiji, you should not say okay, excuse. I said, okay, not excuse. Now, after sneezing, to say excuse me is only default, is it not? You don't have to even think about it. Exactly the same way. Mind can form habits very quickly. Because one day one child told me, I had this kind of thing, sneezing. So I said, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Sauji, you should not say Krishna, Krishna. You should say, excuse me. How you train your mind? In this manner, slowly, slowly start working on the mind. And friends, it is such an enchanting experience. It's a joy to play with the mind, rather than mind playing with us. Now, two things we have seen. While living in the world, mind should be functioning in such a manner that it becomes an asset, not a liability. And when we are with ourselves, our mind should not become a problem but become a solution. These two things put together will give us freedom from the mind. Thereafter, we will be functioning through the mind and no more function as the mind. See, such a mind is always available. What are the symptoms of such a mind? 3. Mind is quiet. That doesn't mean drowsy, no, quiet. Then alert and vigilant. 3 things. Because the mind is quiet, it is able to comprehend the things in no time. That is called as intuitive understanding. Intuition. Then alert is able to get the message very quickly in one go. Because it is alert. It is not drowsy. And third, vigilant. The mind is going the wrong way or not, there is a vigilance on the mind. These 3 things become natural to our mind. Such a person is at peace before taking any job, is doing the job peacefully, and after the job is done, he continues to be in peace. And that peace is like the sky. Whether there are huge storms and rains, the sky was cool before that. During that storms happening, the sky is cool. When the storm has gone, nothing has happened to sky. That quality of mind is called as Ritambhara Prajna. In that mind, the truth is revealed. Yamai Vesha Vrunute Tena Labhyaha Tassesha Atma Vivrunate Tarum Swam. Such a person becomes an instrument through whom the divine expresses in full glory. Then you will not get lost. God realization, self realization. And then when I sat, I saw the light, but only once thereafter lights never came. What happened? Bulb fused, nothing happened. Don't get carried away by all these. These things do happen. Because you are caught up only in Prakriti. We have to go beyond Prakriti. Mind is also Prakriti. See? And then your understanding of life will be totally different. Then what will be the understanding? See, the objects of the world are, take one example, forms, colors and forms. Colors and forms are existing only in the vision. For a blind person, there are no colors, there are no forms. So, vision is cause and colors and forms are the effects. Be attentive. Cause is one, effects are many. Now, colors and forms can be defined in terms of red, green, yellow, big, small, round, square, triangular. Vision has no color, no form. Then go further. Mind expressing through the eyes is called as vision. So, the eyes could be good, bad, properly seeing, not seeing properly. But when it comes to the mind, mind is not limited only to the vision, but mind can also function as hearing ability through the ears, etc. So mind is the cause, sense organs are the effect. Sense organs are many, mind is one. Next, mind is expressing only if there is life. In the dead one, there is no mind. So, minds are many, but life is one. Lives are not many. So, what is the journey now? The journey is from the many to the one. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Eka chintanat nashametyadaha. When the mind is engaged in contemplating on the one, the mind dissolves. See? Past, present, future, three. Drop the past, drop the future. Present without the past tense and future tense cannot be the present tense. Then it is only presence. Thus, learn the tricks of the mind. Then we will come to know mind, like any one of us, doesn't want to die. So what the mind does, either takes us in the future or broods over the past. If these two channels are arrested, like the ice cube dissolving in the waters, the mind will dissolve in consciousness. Water with form is ice, ice without form is water. Consciousness with thoughts is mind, mind without thoughts is consciousness. This is the real freedom. Freedom from the mind. And the best part is, that is our natural state. We don't have to do anything to attain this freedom. See? Only through wisdom. When the mind is not identified with the gross body, as in the dream and deep sleep and samadhi, even then we continue to exist. So our existence doesn't depend on the body. The body depends on us. See? Then we'll see that our all understanding till date has been completely erroneous. That is called as Viparita Bhavana. What is our present understanding? That I am inside the body. The truth is, the body is in me. See? In and out is only an imaginary line. In deep sleep, we are inside the body or outside the body. In deep sleep, we are inside the house or outside the house. In deep sleep, we are in 2017 or 1947. In deep sleep, we are a man or woman. In deep sleep, we are fat or thin. Everything disappears, but we are. So everything is in me. I am not in the body. Body is in me. When this viparita bhavana is slowly changing, then we will come to know our mind will be slowly liberated from the catch of the body. Then that mind will merge in the total mind, and when the mind merges in the totality, out of an ordinary person, a great master is manifesting. Mahatmas doesn't mean that they have got two horns and a tail, Onida brand. They continue to be the same. But now their perceptions have changed. That is the instruction of Upanishad. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmani yasmin sarvani bhutani atma eva abhut vijanata tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatva anuvashyata. He who has discovered that the whole world is my own expanse, how he can have friends and enemies? He'll be one with the totality, like we are one with all the organs of our body. When our tongue is bitten by the teeth, we don't break the teeth, and when the tongue cleans in between the teeth, we don't say thank you very much to the tongue. No. Although they are separate, they are one. This discovery of oneness in the multiplicity is the real freedom. And we all can attain, it's not difficult. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.